a month and a half into school, and LearningRx is helping students rewire their brains, score higher on tests, and improve brain function overall. Today we are talking to Danessa Walker, Director of LearningRx, and all about how they can help us be a little brighter. Well, Danessa, thank you for being here today.
Yeah, absolutely. Exciting.
Yeah, and since you studied the brain, you know what I'm going to ask you next, right?
Yeah. What is brain training?
You know what? Actually, yes. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Tell me, what is brain training and how does it work?
Okay, so brain training really addresses the underlying cognitive function or the thinking skills that we have. So you want to think smarter, you want to think brighter if you're struggling with one area. So if you're struggling with math, you're probably struggling with either a memory issue or a logic issue. So we look at what you're struggling with and address that one-to-one by one, testing, finding what it is, and then two, actually retraining the brain through exercise.
So tell me about a client who has had great success doing something like this. Is there a client, I know you have a lot, right? Was it 1,500? Was
over 1,500, yes. Yeah, over 1,500,
okay,
yeah.
Close. I know you have a lot to choose from, but can you give us an idea of one of your clients that has utilized this program and thrived off of it?
So many, but we actually have 3 students of the year who just graduated and got awards just as we celebrated our 15 years. So I can talk about them. One story that just pops in mind is a young man who was struggling just with basic spelling, and he's in 8th grade, and he's struggling with basic spelling, math, those types of things, and his parents are really frustrated, don't understand it, and they bring him to LearningRx. We found out what exactly was the occurrence, addressed that through brain training, and he is thriving as an AB student now at high school.
And I know you have lots of stories, lots of success stories like that, but Danessa, it's not just for students or kids. It can be for anyone, including me.
Yes, for you. We start at age 4, we go to 104. So we work with those who have memory troubles, we retrain memory, we retrain processing speed. As we age, those things tend to fall. So retraining them and getting them sharp again makes us feel better again, makes us get our mental, we don't go through that mind shame that makes us feel less than. We don't get as affected by the things around us because our confidence rises. When we know we can, it's skill, not will.
Absolutely. Now, how important is it for us to be consistently working on strengthening our cognitive skills?
Well, how important is it to be consistently working on getting our body in shape?
Forever. I mean, there's never an age.
It's the same thing. You want your brain just to be just as sharp. I mean, no one wants to go through decline. No one wants to struggle to read or to struggle to do math. So this is a way to say, why am I not looking at this? I don't want bad teeth. I don't want bad eyes. Why don't I do something about it? Well, the same thing is with your brain. If you don't want to struggle in your brain, get something done about it.
I love how you just articulated that for me right now. Straight and to the point. Can brain training be utilized at any point, at any age at all? Is there ever an age? I know you said 4 to 104, but is there ever a time period where you're like, well, you know? Well,
the truth is we're always brain training. We're either training our brain backwards or forward. So a lot of times we do things that train our brain backwards.
Tell me about those.
Doing things like unfortunately, watching too much media, having bad nutrition, not hydrating properly. So there's a lot of things that affect our brain that we may not realize is affecting our brain, okay? So doing too many of the things that are not gaining brain skills can actually be taking away from those brain skills. And so we're always doing those things. Why children have the summer slide when they get out of school is because they're not actively engaging that brain as much, okay? And that's what happens as we age, is we're not as active engagement in our brain. We're vegging out too much. Just think short-term memory, for example. One of us we would memorize telephone numbers. Now, who does that? We put them in our cell phone. So now our short-term memory is suffering because we're not doing the things that train our brain. Side effects.
Those are great examples right there. Okay, so how does one get started? What happens? What's the process of walk me through if I was like watching this and I'm like, hey, that's me, that's what I want to like.
So the first thing you want to do is you want to either pick up the phone or go on the website. So learningrx.com/Shreveport or 797-8523. Give us a call. We'll get you set up for an assessment. And the assessment actually tells us exactly where your brain function is. And then once you know where your brain function is, you can choose what level of intervention fits your time and money budget so that you know what you want to do. So some people, it's, I'm busy. I need to do it. And we do it in person and we do it virtually. So if you can't leave work, but you have a lunch hour, we can train you virtually.
I love that you guys have different options to fit different people's schedules, and exactly how you're saying there's a scale so they can choose themselves.
Right.
Well, Danessa, thank you so much for being here today, for talking to us, for giving us this information in bite-sized information so we can kind of take it, absorb it, and think about it. Everything that you say is so critical, so true. So thank you, Danessa, for being here today and talking to us about that.